Have you ever tried to put your baby down for just 2 minutes, only for them to immediately start crying? Maybe they were perfectly happy in your arms. But the moment you walk away to make a cup of coffee, answer a text, or even go to the bathroom, suddenly they're upset. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many parents quietly wonder, why does my baby want me all the time? And here's the surprising truth. Your baby isn't trying to be difficult, needy, or spoiled. In fact, their desire to be close to you is one of the healthiest signs of brain development. Let's talk about why. One of the most important discoveries in developmental psychology comes from researcher John Bowlby, who studied attachment between babies and caregivers. He found that babies are biologically designed to stay close to the people who care for them. From an evolutionary perspective, staying close to a caregiver helped babies survive. And even though we live in a very different world today, your baby's brain still follows that ancient blueprint. Researchers at the Harvard Center on the Developing Child explain that loving, responsive relationships help build healthy brain architecture. Think of yourself as your baby's emotional home base. When they are close to you, their nervous system feels safe. When they can't see or reach you, their developing brain may interpret that separation as uncertainty. This doesn't mean they're weak, it means they're human. Let's look at what this can look like in everyday life. Imagine a 4-month-old who falls asleep peacefully in your arms. The moment you place them in the crib, their eyes pop open and they begin crying. It's easy to think they're being difficult, but often they're simply noticing that their safe place, you, is no longer nearby. Now picture a 10-month-old crawling around the living room. They seem independent and busy exploring, but every few minutes they stop, look for you, and crawl back to touch your leg before continuing their adventure. Psychologists call this secure base behavior. Your child is essentially saying, I want to explore, but I also want to make sure you're still here. Then there's the toddler who follows you everywhere, to the kitchen, to the laundry room, even to the bathroom. Parents often joke that privacy becomes a distant memory. But from your child's perspective, they're not trying to invade your space. They're checking in with the person who makes them feel safest. And that's actually a sign of a strong attachment relationship. So what can you do if your baby seems to need you constantly? First, remember that connection is not a bad habit. Responding warmly to your baby's need for comfort helps build trust and emotional security. Second, practice short separations. Try stepping away briefly and then returning with a smile. Over time, your baby learns that goodbyes are temporary and reunions are predictable. Third, create connection rituals. A special goodbye phrase, cuddle, or wave can help your baby feel more confident when you leave the room. Fourth, encourage exploration while staying emotionally available. When your baby crawls away to investigate something new, stay nearby and offer encouragement. This helps build both confidence and independence. And finally, be patient with developmental stages. Periods of increased clinginess often happen during major brain growth, mobility milestones, or changes in routine. In many cases, it is temporary, so if your baby wants you all the time, take a deep breath. It doesn't mean you're creating dependency, and it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. In fact, your baby may be showing you one of the strongest signs of trust they know how to give. Of course, if you have concerns about your child's development, anxiety, or behavior, always speak with your pediatrician. But for many families, wanting to be close is simply part of healthy emotional development. I'd love to hear from you. Does your baby follow you everywhere? Leave a comment below and share your experience. And if you enjoy learning about your baby's amazing developing mind, follow the Baby Mind Coach for more science-backed parenting insights. You're giving your child something incredibly powerful every day, a safe place to grow.